Okay, so hello everybody. This is Fake Cleric, also known as Take a Dirt Nap. I have never, I don't recall ever watching a video that is based around templating a character using daocutilsPt1. So I need to template this level 49 Lurking Blade Master. This is Ginsu Slim. Ginsu knives in Japan. The hand can be used like a knife. Advertisement for Ginsu knives. Anyway, so what I have done so far, I went through the level 45 epic, starting of course at level 5, and of course I did this when I was level 49, makes it easier, and it's relatively easy to run through the quest if you do it without interruption. Typically it's a lot of running around, pretty much. It's easy, it's just a lot of running around. It can take you non-stop with no interruption about an hour. So I have the Blade Master. I have all of this armor. All 6 pieces are the level 45 epic armor, which is similar, if you're not aware, it is similar to the King's armor that you can get for free at level 50. But this is level 45 armor, and the bonus level is 42, 43, 41, 41, 42. So 43 is the highest bonus level. So once you hit level 43, you can use all of the armor to your benefit. The good thing about it is that it is tradable, unlike King's Gear that you get for free at level 50. It is tradable, so you can give it to a friend, you can give it to another character of the same class that you make later on if you move on to 50 and want to bring something else up to a Capital Valley battleground character. So I try not to use the word tune. It just it bothers me. So I will be using the term character if I can help it. So, all right. So here we are. I have all of my accessories, and they are mostly battleground gear. Okay, if you can notice that, the duelist belt. I think that came from the epic. You get gear from the epic as you move along the epic quest line. There's the Ring of Unyielding Will, which is an artifact from TOA, which is actually not a bad artifact. It's great if you are in Molvik. It works really well in Molvik. It's got a really nice proc on it. The proc actually gives you it will slow down your opponent, within a 350 radius for 40%. So if that procs, then, you can run if you need to, kite, whatever. It also casts a heal over time, which heals you, which 50 times 3, so which is 150, obviously. And here's another one. It's a defensive proc that creates a damage over time to your opponent. So it's actually very helpful, especially for a Molvik tune. I've used it in Cathal Valley as well, but not very often. It just doesn't seem to work into a template to get your stats and your other resists where you want it to be. So I don't typically use it. So what I've done, I did this already. I started this template. I'm going to go ahead and I should have done this ahead of time, so I apologize. I should have taken all of this stuff off of the character to begin with, which we're going to do right now. Just take everything off that is not going to be used in the template. Some of these items were bounty point items that you purchase from the Bounty Master in New Frontiers at the Safe Port, or Care Treflan, I think it's called, in Hibernia. So, oh wait, Kraushon Gorge. Yeah, Kraushon Gorge in Hibernia. Care Treflan is for Albion, and Upland is the Safe Port area in Midgard. So anyway, so I've got all 6 armor pieces on. I've got the Pictish Longsword, and I got this barbed adze that I put on here as well. And of course there's a Molvik short bow, which, the short bow is, sometimes you use it, sometimes you don't. Anyway, so we're going to switch over to daocutils. So this is my daocutils. I am logged into it. I'm on my templates page. And here is the CV Lurking Blade Master template that I started. We're going to edit. Go to edit there. If you want to start a new template, you simply click New Template and you select your class that you're going to play. We'll just click Armorsman. Give it a title. Like I said, I usually give mine, I include CV if it's for a CV template, or NF if it's an NF template. And then I usually do the actual race of character, because that can make a difference in your resists and your stats. So anyway, once you do that, let's just call it that. And then, of course, you can choose to publish it or not. I don't publish it until I'm completely done. And then you create the template. And it's going to give you a blank slate to work from. Okay, a blank slate to work from. So if I click on templates now, it's going to show me, I named it Little Stinker Sticker, which is the name of my 50 Ranger. And I made it public, and so on and so forth, and start from scratch. But we're going to delete that. Yay. And go back to the CV Lure King Blademaster level 49. And go back to edit. So what I did so far, when I am making a template, and daocutilsPt1 is great because it gives you, this is all based off of a level 50 character. So it's got your resists based off of a level 50 character. And then of course you have to look at the race that you're playing. So the race that you're playing will determine the bonuses that you get initially from your race. So we're going to switch back over to the character. At Lure King, if you click here on your attributes page and go to your resists, it will tell you your base. So there's a 0% base that you have for thrust, a 5% base that you have from crush. So if you have a level 1 Lure King character, you automatically get 5% crush resistance. So for slash it's 0, for heat it's 0, cold is 0, matter is 0, energy is 5, which is awesome, and spirit, and then body is 0. So you only get 2 baseline resists for a Lure King. So it's energy 5%, and it's crush 5%. So that plays a role in how you template the character, because whatever you decide to put into your template, whatever you're able to put into your template, you will get 5% above and beyond that. So switch back to daocutilsPt1. There we go. So what I do when I'm templating a character, especially if it's not a level 50 character, I tend to work from the stats, which are here on the left. I tend to work from the stats that are most important. So for a Blade Master, I am specialized in blades and Celtic Duel, and that's pretty much it. So strength is important because blades is based off of strength, and Celtic Duel is also based off of strength. Constitution is important, obviously, because that determines the amount of hit points you have. Dexterity is important because that basically determines the rate and effectiveness at which you evade and parry. And quickness is important because it determines how fast your swing speed is. And there's a cap. You basically want your quickness, when you are buffed completely, you basically want your quickness to be at least 250, if you can possibly do it. As far as parry is concerned, you want your dexterity and quickness total. When you're buffed, you want your total to be, of the two combined, to be at least 500, and that will optimize your chance to parry. So what I've done with my these 5 pieces that I already have, the Jerkin of Demonic whatever is an item that has a good starting base for a character at level 49, because if you click on Jerkin of Demonic Dreams here, it will tell you, it gives your 2 to melee skills and dual wield, hit points, armor factor, melee speed, style damage, melee damage. And it gives you a dexterity cap of 7 to strength and dexterity, which is really good actually. But your requirement level is 50, which simply means you cannot use the magic spells that come with the armor, but you can use all of the attributes of it, which are all of these over here, if you're level 49. Okay, so we did that for the Jerkin of Demonic Dreams. What I did otherwise, when I'm looking for items for a level 49 character, you really want to find the mythical stat caps. to increase the capacity of your statistics that are important to you. So I basically went with strength first. So if you go to items in daocuTils, it's just like it says, it's an item database for all of Dark Age of Camelot. There's a lot of pages here. So if you click there, there's like 948 pages of items in the database, okay? But if I'm looking for a particular item, I'm going to go to category, which is not important in this case. Slot is not important. Realm is important. I'm going to go to Hibernia. I'm going to choose Blade Master. And I'm going to add a filter. The filter I want in this case is a mythical cap increase. Okay, so click mythical cap increase. I left it at strength, which is the what it pops up to automatically. This will give you, at most, at least, exactly, depending on what you put in here. So I keep it at least, and I want at least 5 points. It'll show you higher than that, obviously, but click search. So for a Hibernian Blade Master, it gives you 1 page, actually less than a page, actually, but it gives you 1 page of items that will give your character a mythical cap increase for strength. So in this case, this is King's Gear, that's King's Gear, Otherworldly, King's Gear, Otherworldly, and there's some artifacts down here. But that's the Cloak of the Loyal Blade Master, which will not work until you receive it at level 50. And then, of course, you have to level it yourself, but we're not going to go there. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 items. The Mithrians you cannot use because they are level 50 requirements to actually use them at all. These soul-infused boots, those are the same. Those are a level 50 item. You cannot use them. So we are now restricted to 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's what I have put in my template. Sulphurous Demon Belt, Sulphurous Demon Necklace, Skull of the Soulkeeper, and Sulphurous Demon Cloak. So, go back to the template. Here we are, the Lurking, and you see I have all 4 of those items here, and in addition to the Jerkin of Demonic Means. So if you click there, that does not have a mythical stat cap, but I just use that because it basically is a good place to start from. And props on that to my Albion guildmate, Jurl, who basically that's what he does, and I kind of thought it was a good idea. So if you click on the Sulphurous Demon Necklace, it's going to tell you that it has a mythical cap of Dex and Strength, which is good because Dex is another one that I wanted anyway. Click back there, and we'll look at the Demon Cloak, which gives the mythical stat cap to Strength, which is what I initially wanted. And then Skull the Soulkeeper, which does a mythical to Con and Strength, which is also pretty fabulous. And Sulphurous Demon Belt, which does the mythical stat cap to Con and Strength. So, and Quickness as well. So, all those are really great items for a level 15 melee character. But, depending on what you want is where you go to look. So, the next thing that I want to look for are items that have a mythical stat cap to Dexterity. Okay, so back to the Blade Master, add the filter. Mythical, it's kind of, if you scroll all the way down, it's right here. Mythical cap increase, go to Dex, at least 5, like that, and search. So, once again, just 1 page of items. The Mithrians are all useless. Otherworldly is useless. King's Gear is useless. Soul Infused is useless. So, it's telling us that there's a seaman, oh my gosh, there's a nice little blooper. The Searing Demon Necklace and the Sulphurous Demon Necklace. The cool thing is, or actually it's not cool at all, the bad thing is that I already have something in my necklace spot, which would be the Sulphurous Demon Necklace. So basically our dexterity looks like it's going to be capped at 87, which is really not very good at all. So this is not looking good for the dexterity of a Blade Master. My strength is already at 104, which is good. Armor factor is already overcapped by 8, which is actually also good. So what we need to do, here's my next step. I did the epic quest. I have gear for the head, arms, hands, legs, and feet from the Epic. So here's what I'm going to do. That level 45 Epic gear is not going to be listed in the item database. Okay, just to let you know, it's not there. So what we're going to do is click over to the character. We're going to switch over here. This is going to be our Jerkin of Demonic Means. So we're going to basically leave that alone. We're going to go to the head, right-click the head, and click Info, and here is our lovely tempered city wreath. Okay, so we're going to click back over to the template and go to your headgear, and we're going to drag this over here so we can read our info there. So we're going to do random object generator, which is there. Come on now. Did it do it? No. Okay, here we go. So we're going to give it a name, which is obviously tempered wreath, like that. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 spots here that we're going to have to add to. So there's 1 there, 2, 3, 4, 8. All right. So there's the name. The first attribute is strength, which we click here, and tab over, and we just type in 16, which is the value here. Next is hits, so just type in HIT. There's hits, tab over, and you're just going to do this for every piece of your Epic gear. Okay? The other sad part about this is type in energy, whoops, ENERG, and there's the resistance there, which gives us 6%. Next is body, if I can type today. Body resistance, 6. The next is a strength bonus cap of 5. So we're just basically going to type in strength, and it's a TOA over cap, and type that in. And the next is the constitution one. Select the over cap and tab over and put 5. All right, so the next one is armor factor. So just here, just type in armor. Oops. And there's our armor factor of 10. And the next is a hits cap. So start typing in hits here, and it'll say TOA hit points cap. So click there and put in your 40. Okay, once you get that done, confirm that you've got everything listed here correctly and from your info page. So there it is. Hit save, and it's going to update your template over here. So the strength jumped from a 104 cap to a 109 cap. Okay, because we already had the strength mythical cap over here plus. So here we have 5 more. So 105, 104 plus 5 is 109. Ta-da! So and of course we have the strength cap, con cap, and our con went up. I think it was at 86, which makes sense because we got 5 over here. So now we're going to switch to the arms. Click over here, right click on our arms info, and we're going to do the same thing. Okay, this is going to get boring for you. I apologize. So there's the arms. Fast forward if you like. And these are tempered, and we're just going to basically click that and then just change the name here to sleeves. And of course we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bonuses here. So there's 1, and there's all 7. So click there, tab over. It's con 21. Celtic Duel, so type in Celts, there's Celtic Duel, and we get some parry in here, which is 3. This takes a while, but when you are completely done with this and you've templated your character, you're going to be extremely happy. Now once you get the template done, and we'll cover this later, there's a strength cap. Once you get your template done, then you've got to go about getting all the pieces for it, which can be another quest in itself because you're going to have to figure out how you're going to get them. You can buy them on housing. There's a lot of them that are sold there, which can get really expensive as far as platinum is concerned. And you can bounty craft a lot of them, which requires your bounty points, which is another video in itself of how to go about the TOA bounty point quest line, which is actually kind of fun to do. It takes from start to finish, from beginning to end, it takes hours. So that's another thing all by itself. All right, I'm going to switch to the hands and get those put in. Once again, still rather cumbersome to do this, but it's worth it. Wow, 9 bonus is nice. So I did that right? Yep. All right, and this is the tempered city gloves. And again, we're just going to copy that and just change the name. I've done this a few times, so I figured out the best way I can do to streamline it. Less typing with copy and paste. And I'm not really copying and pasting, I'm just choosing and retyping. So tinted X. And I had to say this to myself a lot so I can actually get it correct. Come on, where's my key? There we go. I apologize for this being so boring, but it is kind of a boring process, but it's also fun. I actually enjoy this part of the game, figuring things out. I'm not much of a puzzle guy to sit down and do puzzles, but this is kind of like a puzzle, which to me is a fun thing to do in this regard. I don't want to sit down and put a puzzle together like weird, stupid pieces, but this is fun to me. Alright, so we get a melee combat speed, so just type in melee. And a two-way melee speed there. That's going to be 2%. So that one is now done. And of course, these armor pieces come with procs on them already because they're your epic armor pieces. Save that. So now let's move to the legs. Go there. And of course, if you haven't figured it out, I'm just alt-tabbing between these two programs. Oops. So honestly, this is the easy part of your template process. Getting the epic armor isn't difficult. It just takes time. When you get to the final step of your epic armor quest, which is the level 45 dungeon, it is going to require you to bring a friend along, maybe 2 or 3 friends. It just depends on what class you're playing and what class you have that you can like dual log with to help yourself. All melee weapon skills. 3. This is a strength cap. So you'll see when I get finished putting all of this in what my bonuses and stats jump up to. Because you start with the mythical and put whatever mythical caps you can in there, which is extremely helpful. And this is melee damage. You're gonna end up with a lot of overcaps. So your purpose, one of the things you want to shoot for in doing your template is to get everything, your stats, your resists, and your skills basically capped. That's pretty much your goal. Get them capped for your level. Once you do that, then you want to look back into your template that you've made and see what is overcapped. Because, of course, overcaps are a waste, especially if you're staying at a certain character class in a certain area like a battleground such as Capital Valley. So and you can see that I'm just going through, still typing these things in. as I see them on the right over here. One cool thing about certain items that you put in your template, this one has a bonus of 40 points to hit points cap, but it has no hits, actual hits, in its own stats as far as that info is concerned. Some items have both hit points and hit points cap, which, pretty much means that you're adding 0. You're just, adding your cap with the hit points that go along with it. So, all right, so all of our armor pieces are now added into the template, including the Jerkin of Demonic Means, which is, of course, not... We can compare this, though. If we go back here and click on the Epic Armor piece, which is here, there is no... There's Strength Cap, Con Cap, Melee Combat Speed, Hit Points Cap. There's good stuff in here, okay? And plus it gives you a 150 damage shield as well. But if you go back over here and click on the Jerkin of Demonic Means, this gives your dual wielding skills 2, melee skills 2, your hit points 40, armor factor 15, and it gives you 4% to these attributes of melee speed, style damage, melee damage, which is really, really good. Plus a dex cap, strength cap of 7. This is only a dex cap, or strength cap, con cap of 5, a melee speed of 2, and bonus hit points cap of 40, which is the same as this over here. So these are very, very similar, but the Jerkin of Demonic Means is just better. Okay, you're missing the actually there are no resists on this one, so except for Crush. Crush is important, but and if you remember, a Lure King gets a 5% base of Crush already, which is fine. If you want to overcap your Crush, you can go all the way to 30 for a level 49 character because you're at 25% resist. That is your cap. And of course, with that 5% extra in Crush, you can go to 30. Same with Energy for a Lure King. So that's why the Jerkin of Demonic Means is better, because we have all of these 4% caps to melee, styles, and damage and speed. If we get into, that's why I just brought you here, because we're going to go back to the template and choose it here. Now, let's see where we stand. We are at 119 strength, okay, total, which is actually really good. We're 12 over cap. Constitution is not very high, okay. We're going to be able to go higher, and I'll show you how. Dexterity is only 97, which again is not that great. Quickness is definitely not great at 85. We have no use for acuity. Our hits are still really low, okay, at 350 out of 370. Our armor factor is way overcapped, okay, which is a complete waste. So we're going to end up looking through that and seeing what we're going to do next. Looking for these items is very very easy. It's also, to me, it's kind of fun. Right now, unfortunately, I have to take a break. What I'm going to do is end this video and call it, daocutil templating part 1, and we will come back and do part 2 in just a little while. So thanks so much for your time. Here we are, still going to be working on Ginsu Slim, the Blade Master, through daocutils as soon as I get back from my break, and we will see you shortly. Let's see how long this lasted, and here we go. There we are. So, 28 minutes, almost a half hour. So, we will check in with you guys in a little bit, and yeah, please come watch the second video. If you feel like you have enough info, by all means, don't watch the second one. So, did that come out right? I squeaked. Don't watch the second one. So, here we go. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you soon.